Good evening, everyone, and welcome to No Boundaries, our evening to celebrate and support Opera Parallel as we launch our 11th season. I'm Michael Mays, your MC/Guide to the Summit. I was thrilled to perform the role of Joseph Desrochers in Opera Parallel's production of Dead Man Walking a few years ago. And I'm delighted to be here with my Opera Parallel family this evening. Tonight, we're going to share the world premiere of the graphic novel opera Everest, and you won't want to miss that. I mean, what other company even does that? Now, No Boundaries is the spirit by which we at OP live and how we are approaching these challenging times. There are no boundaries to our ambitions, our dreams, and our commitment to presenting urgently compelling stories in partnership with all of you. Now, we're excited to share some of our newest plans and projects here tonight. It's also our great pleasure to honor our friends at the Horizons Foundation on the occasion of their 40th anniversary. You'll hear more about them later on in the program. And we'd also like to thank First Republic Bank for sponsoring tonight's event. Headquartered in San Francisco, First Republic has been a generous corporate supporter of the arts and a great friend to OP. Now, before we get underway, let me point out that you'll have a chance to make a donation to Opera Parallel through our online platform. Now, this is a two-screen experience, so you'll need to get out a second device. It can be a phone or a tablet, or you can open another browser window and make your way to our auction page. If you've already registered to bid and donate, you should have received a welcome message via text and email with your personalized link. If you still need to register to participate in the auction or to donate, simply go to noboundaries.ggo.bid and look for the Start Bidding button in the upper right-hand corner. Click that Start Bidding button to begin the registration process. That's noboundaries.ggo.bid. The link is also posted in the chat box, along with the help desk phone number should you have any questions. Now, we've got some unique auction items here. I mean, there are only 11 weeks until Christmas, so let OP help you with your list. Our goal this evening is to raise $150,000 to reach our fundraising summit and allow OP's extraordinary artists to tell the stories of our time through powerfully imaginative productions. Now, we've already raised $80,000, so let's keep climbing our mountain. Now, remember, there are no boundaries, so please, give what you can. Here to get us limbered up for our climb is our No Boundaries Gala Chair and Opera Parallel board member, Alan Olenichek.
Thank you all for joining us this evening. Like many opera artists this year, I was disappointed when performances were canceled and opportunities were erased. But I continue to remain optimistic. For the past 400 years, pandemics have come and gone, but opera has remained. For American opera, we are still approaching our golden age. For me, opera continues to be the greatest Western art form. Opera is also the most collaborative, ambitious, expressive, and expensive way to tell a story. When it all works, audiences can be transformed, both physically and emotionally. Music and storytelling are instinctive, a shared human need. Opera can be a profound way to connect to others and to our humanity. In this extraordinary time of isolation, coming together, even virtually, is solace. Join Opera Parallel as we look to the future and our upcoming season, one we can share together, one with no boundaries. It is now my great pleasure to introduce to you one of OP's incredible young artists, soprano Cristabel Nuno.
That was incredible. Thank you so much, Christabel, for such a beautiful performance, and what an appropriate song for these times. The poignant words of poet Langston Hughes certainly reminds us to gather up and come together in the spirit of compassion. For those who don't know, Christabel played the snake in our 2018 family opera, The Little Prince. And we're so excited to have her return for our upcoming workshop of Harriet's Spirit by Bay Area jazz great Marcus Shelby. An important part of OP's mission and values from our very first production has been our ongoing commitment to developing and nurturing young singers. Sabrina Romero Wilson first sang with us over 5 years ago in our opera choruses. She later sang the lead role in our hands-on opera, Socio and the Flowers. We're so excited to have her back next spring for Philip Glass's La Belle et la Bête. Maggie Finnegan, who sang The Water in The Little Prince, sings the title role in Sophia for us next spring. And Allegra Kelly, who sang with us in collaboration with the San Francisco Girls Chorus, will now be singing in her first professional role as Emma in our production of Sophia's Forest. Help us support these amazing young artists who are the future of opera for our times. Now, to get us started, we've been offered a generous $25,000 challenge from our first summiteer. Steve Menzies will match every gift made in the next 15 minutes up to $25,000. So we have the potential of adding another $50,000 to our thermometer right now. Thank you so much, Steve. Now, we don't want to leave any of Steve's money on the table. So get out that second device and click on the link in your welcome message, or go to noboundaries.ggo.bid and make your donation. Look for the button that says Fund Our Vision. See how far we can climb up the mountain. All right, let's check in with our thermometer and see how close we are to that summit. We've already gained $9,000 above the $80,000 starting point that we had. And that's just incredible that we just went up to $89,500. That's really amazing that already you folks are out there helping to ensure that people like Christabel and Maggie and every opera singer across this country has an institution that's preserved for them to perform. Thank you so much from our community. Thank you so much. Now, let's take a breath and go shopping, because we're featuring some unique auction items, and here are two of them. Wait, what's that sound I hear? Oh, that's the great outdoors calling to you. Now, I know we're all feeling a little claustrophobic being at home. So we're going to give you all the comforts you need to spend time outdoors in and amongst nature. And you can do that with a custom camping package from REI. Now, if you aren't the outdoorsy type, we have another getaway item. Enjoy 4 wine-filled days and nights in beautiful and bucolic Healdsburg, just an hour north of San Francisco's Golden Gate Bridge. Your Healdsburg Heaven getaway includes a 2-night stay at Lambert Bridge Winery's signature house, located in Sonoma's Dry Creek Valley. Full details about all of our auction items can be found on the bidding page, and the auction link is on the screen if you still need to register to bid. Now, we're nearly 2/3 of the way to our summit. Thank you again, Steve, and to all of you who've helped us get this far. Now, I think we need a large dose of oxygen to move us forward, and here's someone who's going to inspire us to get to the next level. Nicole Paymal, OP's founder and artistic director, come and tell us what you have planned for OP's upcoming season, and let's get everyone all revved up. And here she is, Nicole Paymal.
Thank you so much for joining us this evening and for helping us launch our 2021 season. We are delighted to have you with us here in the Bay Area and wherever you are. Our theme tonight, No Boundaries, not only applies to our virtual gala, but in fact is at the core of our season. Even with the challenges we are all facing right now, OP is determined to be resilient and strong by keeping our fingers on the unpredictable pulse of the day, being nimble, future-proof, and transforming what is seen as a difficulty into a positive challenge, even an opportunity. In a very OP style, we have 4 thrilling explorations for you this season that push the boundaries of opera, continue to bring a diverse group of artists to our productions, and hopefully continue to expand our audiences. Complementing our productions, we are continuing to create new community programs to amplify unheard voices with our Bullhorn series. This series is designed to inspire, uplift, and activate our audiences. Our first exploration begins tonight with our first digital performance of a graphic novel opera based on Joby Talbot and Jean Shear's opera, Everest. With this concept, we are exploring new ways to tell stories. OP's creative team has integrated live singers within the popular graphic novel aesthetic, using unique emotional trigger technology to animate Mark Simon's beautiful illustrations. In November, we focus on our annual hands-on opera. OP's goal for hands-on opera projects are to engage our youth in performing in operas rather than being passive observers. With this program, we are commissioning new family operas that reflect and examine our current world. The program also provides an important opportunity for young singers to launch their professional career. This year, our hands-on opera explores the fusion of jazz and opera with a workshop of Marcus Shelby's expanded version of Harriet's Spirit, set to a libretto by Roma Olvera. The opera centers on Modesty, a young girl inspired by the life and courageous spirit of Harriet Tubman to find her inner strength to overcome bullying at school. Along with the workshop, we are launching a TikTok challenge that we're calling Who's Your Harriet? To engage and inspire younger audiences. I'm thrilled to announce that next May, OP will produce our first performance at San Francisco's iconic Castro Theater, which allows for social distancing. We are creating a groundbreaking fusion of opera and cinema with Philip Glass' La Belle et la Bête, Beauty and the Beast. This will complete OP's performance of Glass's Cocteau trilogy, previously having performed Orphée in 2011 and Les Enfants Terribles in 2017. In his 1946 black and white film, Jean Cocteau transformed this mystical tale into a profound exploration of identity and compassion. OP's creative director, Brian Stauffenbiel, was given special permission to develop a new hybrid approach to this production, where he will blur the boundaries of film and live opera. This will be our cine opera exploration. At times, the singer will be staged and singing live using the beautiful Castro Theater interior as part of the scenic elements. And at times, they will also appear in the Cocteau film, replacing the actors from the original film and transported into Cocteau's world. Having singers move between the live stage and the film will not only explore a new cine opera experience, but will also evoke the magical mirrors in Cocteau's film. Our final production next June features new sound worlds with Lembit Beecher's opera, Sophia's Forest. The libretto by Anna Moscovich explores the lasting effects of the immigrant experience on families. The composer incorporates 9 sound sculptures made of moving bicycle wheels, wine glasses, and water, which are electronically controlled by the composer during the performance and become the scenic environment of the opera. The ethereal quality of the musical landscape inspired OP to search for a unique venue to perform this work. And we are so honored to be partnering with Grace Cathedral for this production. To enhance your experience of this powerful new work, we will collaborate with community organizations on a new oral history project to capture stories of the immigrant experience from Bay Area residents. It has always been part of OP's DNA to demystify opera, bring communities together, tell relevant stories, which will hopefully inspire and empower people of all ages, backgrounds, and identities. We certainly hope the stories we share with you this season will bring us closer together and inspire us to see and hear the world differently, like only opera can do. Thank you to all of you for being here this evening. Thank you for supporting the arts in such crucial times.
What an exciting season ahead, Nicole. So much imagination, innovation, and there are things happening at OP that just aren't happening anywhere else in the world. And it's such an honor to be a part of this family and to see you going on into the next level and into the future. Now, for those of you who haven't been to OP Productions, you ain't seen nothing yet. And for those of you who are new to OP, we can't wait to have you experience our season. Now, OP has pivoted brilliantly in response to the pandemic. As Nicole mentioned, to future-proof our season, engage our magnificent artists, employ new technologies, and create entirely new ways of experiencing opera, it requires all of our support. For example, to produce Sophia's Forest at Grace Cathedral, transport the elaborate sound sculptures across the country, and compensate our fabulous artists and creatives, it will cost north of $50,000. Our upcoming hands-on opera workshop of Marcus Shelby and Roma Olvera's timely and inspiring story of resilience and hope is designed especially for our younger audiences, families, and community members new to opera. Along with live and or virtual conversations and explorations designed around each of this season's productions, costs for these community engagements, which OP intends to be free and accessible to all, will likewise exceed $50,000. So please, make your gift now. Help us reach our summit and allow OP to bring these innovative productions and community programs to life. Now remember, you must be registered to bid in the auction or make a donation. And you can do that by going to noboundaries.ggo.bid. Look for the Start Bidding button to register and click the button that says Fund Our Vision to donate. Let's check back in with our thermometer and see how we're doing. And already we're to $100,450. That is absolutely breathtaking. And you know, being on a mountain, that's a very important quality. So this is absolutely amazing. Thank you so much to everyone. And no matter how small or how large you give, every single bit matters. We know this is a difficult time for everybody. We absolutely are just floored by the response that this audience has shown and this commitment to innovation and exploration into the future of opera that this audience has shown. Thank you so very much to each and every one of you who have given of yourselves, of your precious resources to our art form tonight. Now, we also have a truly unique item for those of you who are tech savvy and are curious about new ways of making music. Here's an opportunity for the winning bidder and 3 guests to attend a private rehearsal and speak with Lembit Beecher, composer of Sophia's Forest, and will have the chance to play some of his elaborate sound sculptures at Grace Cathedral. Imagine what you might compose. Plus, you'll get 4 comp tickets to a performance of your choice. And now, let's get you ready for your red carpet debut as La Belle et la Bête. Sashay down the grand staircase of San Francisco's iconic Castro Theater with the object of your desire in grand style. Dressed in fantastical costumes with full theatrical makeup by over-the-top San Francisco artists, stylists, and costume mavens, Patrick Riley and Matt Kawakami, you'll truly be the belle and the beast of this ball. Now here's another cool auction item you can't get anywhere else. Now for those of you who would love to be on stage or on the big screen, here's your chance to be featured in La Belle et la Bête. You've heard Nicole say that the singers' faces will be superimposed on the screen. Well, how about having your own cameo appearance in our production? Our creative director, Brian Stauffenbill, will put your gorgeous face into the film at the Castro Theater. This is your chance to say, I'm going to be in an opera, and you don't even have to sing. Plus, we'll give you 2 comp seats to the performance of your choice. And after the show, you'll have your photo taken with the cast. Now, if you're camera shy, buy this for a friend, family member, boss, coworker, and be known as the person who gives the best gift ever. Bid now at noboundaries.ggo.bid. That's noboundaries.ggo.bid. Now, speaking of the best gift ever, what a jewel we have right here in our community with the Horizons Foundation. We are delighted to honor them on their 40th anniversary. And here to tell you a bit more about them is Debbie Chen, OP's Executive Director.
Thank you, Michael, for your beautiful words and your artistry, which we'll hear shortly. Based in San Francisco, Horizons Foundation is the world's first foundation of, by, and for the LGBTQ community. Established in San Francisco in 1980, when the world was reeling from the shock of Supervisor Harvey Milk and Mayor George Mosconi's assassinations at City Hall, the Horizons Foundation has been here to heal and tend to the most under-resourced segments of our community. Their funding impact extends beyond San Francisco, extends across the country and across the world. For this and so much more, OP is so proud to honor Horizons Foundation on the occasion of their 40th anniversary and for their deep and unwavering commitment to our greater community. It is such a great honor to now introduce you to Roger Dowdy, President of the Horizons Foundation.
Thank you, Debbie, and thank you to everybody at Opera Parallel for this wonderful honor. It really is a privilege to partner with you in this, your 11th season. 40 years ago, Horizons Foundation came into being as the world's first LGBTQ community foundation. And it was founded, as are so many nonprofits, by volunteers with a vision. And over the years, literally thousands of volunteers and a few of us staff have built an institution that today has granted more than $50 million to LGBTQ causes throughout the Bay Area, the country, and even across the world. And those grants have gone to support everything from access to healthcare, to seniors, to youth, immigrants, refugees, community centers, everything that makes a community a community. And within what Horizons has supported from the very first, Horizons has always made grants for arts and culture, because we understand that the arts are a critical part not only of what just makes the fabric of a community, but also for social change. And so it is in that light that we are especially proud of our partnership with Opera Parallel. And now I'd like to share with you just a very short look at Horizons history.
Horizons Foundation was there for the National Center for Lesbian Rights when we were a preschooler at 4 years old.
Acquired immune deficiency syndrome. No one with AIDS has been cured.
We experienced extraordinary grief and really incalculable loss. And yet we continued and we moved forward. And we showed a kind of strength and determination that I think ought to inspire anybody in the world. And I want to thank Horizons Foundation for all the work they've done, all the money they've raised, all the hands they've held for so many years.
Horizons Foundation's investments has really changed societal perceptions and attitudes toward the LGBT community.
Thanks to all of you at Horizon Foundation for 3 years of remarkable leadership.
From early supporters of our work like Horizons, we have expanded our relationships to truly build a powerful trans and gender nonconforming movement.
It could be a losing battle here for the folks that want no to Prop 8.
A federal judge has overturned California's same-sex marriage ban. It is now expected to go to the U.S. Supreme Court.
We have read from the bench there is a right to marriage equality. I repeat, speaking to you from the steps of the Supreme Court.
Horizons has a dream, and that dream is to build a world where all people, including LGBT people, live free from prejudice and discrimination.
We don't have to wait to get to heaven to have heaven. We have the ability to bring heaven to earth.
It really is wonderful to be with all of you tonight. And I congratulate you, and I look forward to being with you as you close in on the summit for tonight.
To Roger and all of our friends at Horizons Foundation, we thank you so much for making love, acceptance, tolerance, and compassion the central tenets of our society, and for your great generosity in supporting OP's upcoming season. You inspire us so. Now over to you, Michael.
Thank you so much, Debbie and Roger. That was truly an inspiring video. Truly. Just give me a second here. Nicole asked if I would sing something for you tonight. And I've chosen a song that is so close to my heart and relates very strongly to the previous video we saw. It is written by the incomparable Jake Heggie, who makes his home here in San Francisco. He's a good friend of mine and has been a dedicated friend to OP. This song reminds us that there are no boundaries to whom you love, and that love is universal. I'm honored to perform 100,000 Stars from Jake Heggie's opera Out of Darkness, which explores the relationship and the love between two men who were torn apart by the Holocaust, but whose love for each other transcended the boundaries of life and death. I want to thank you all for being here to support Opera Parallel, and I hope you enjoy 100,000 Stars. A 100,000 stars, love, have fallen from the sky. 100,000 dreams gone. 100,000 sighs. 100,000 whispers. Promises and lies. Our constellations change, our stories rearrange, and darkness fills the sky. You must not be afraid, love. This will not be the end. 100 million stars will be born to fill the skies again. You are alone, love, I swear I'm by your side. There's very little light. Auf Wiedersehen, adieu. Good night, my love. Good night. Good night. Many thanks to all of you for listening, and I'd just like to say that all of you are stars for being here and helping OP reach its summit. Speaking of 100,000, we're getting close to our $150,000 goal, but we're not quite at the summit. So let's keep climbing, okay? Now, Nicole mentioned our graphic novel opera, and you're going to love seeing how this was made. Here is Brian Stauffenbiel, OP's creative director. And make sure you stay tuned for the world premiere performance immediately following.
Good evening. My name is Brian Stauffenbiel, and I am the creative director for Opera Parallèle. When the company decided to do a virtual gala this year, I saw this as the perfect opportunity of exploring a concept I have been interested in for a long time. The merging of the graphic novel aesthetic with opera to explore new ways of telling stories. We began investigating this concept back in 2013 with the commission of the opera Gesualdo, Prince of Madness by Dante da Silva. At the time, we explored how graphic novel illustrations could help enhance a workshop performance of a work in progress. The illustrations were projected behind the live singers on stage to create a visual backdrop and help guide the audience through the story. This evening, we look at a different way to merge graphic novels with opera. In tonight's iteration, we integrate the singers into an animated environment. We received permission from composer Joby Talbot and librettist Jean Shear to use excerpts from their opera Everest. Composer Jacques Desjardins, Opera Parallèle's artistic administrator and member of the artistic team, prepared the orchestra materials, which was then sent to the singers so they could prepare for the live recording session from the safety of their own home. Meanwhile, we created a storyboard with illustrator Mark Simmons and Opera Parallèle's media designer David Murakami. David then worked on a proof of concept. The idea was to use what we are calling emotional trigger technology to control the illustrations, thereby bringing them to life. The emotions in the illustrations are genuine because they are controlled by the performers and performance. We then met at Skyline Studios in Oakland with sound engineer Miles Lassie for a day of social distancing recording.
Nice to meet you in real life. Hey, buddy. You're 5 and 6. Nathan is 3 and 4, and the track is 1 and 2.
Mezzo-soprano Nicolas Prince and tenor Nathan Grainer were placed in 2 different recording studios. OP's artistic director, Nicole Paiement, conducted them through glass windows, using screens to connect everyone through video. The next day, we met at Paul Drescher's studio, where we worked with David Murakami.
Oh no, you're right.
Applying the emotional trigger technology using black mascara and capturing the emotional expressions of the singers. The following week, Mark sent color renditions of his illustrations to David. They looked just like the singers we had filmed. David combined all the elements together, and the illustrations came to life in a unique way. They are now singing to us for real.
Cold and windy, all is well. It's so beautiful.
Graphic novels and opera come from two seemingly disparate worlds, yet both are about powerful storytelling. We hope you enjoy the fusion of these two worlds tonight. Thank you for being here. See you at the summit.
trouble made it. Everest summit, it's 2:30. I'm here. It's Rob Hall. I made it. Everest summit, it's 2:30. Cold and windy, all is well. It's so beautiful, so beautiful. Do you remember it happening? Do you remember becoming unaware? How can you know when you gently started letting go? How can you know when you Mike and Jessica have begun their descent. We'll follow with Doug when he arrives. I see him in the distance. I see him in the distance. Do you remember it happening? Do you remember becoming unaware? How can you know when you gently started letting go? How can you know when you gently started letting go? I'm here, it's Rob Hall, made it, Everest Summit. It's 2:30, 30 minutes past the turnaround time. Too late. Jan, my sweetheart. Rob, my darling. I hope you're tucked up in a nice warm bed.
I
Well, there you have it. You've all just seen the world premiere of OP's graphic novel opera, Everest. That's amazing. As someone who's done that show, it was heartrending to see that scene played out. A scene that I think that bears resemblance to scenes playing out all over this country and all over this world today. Now, it takes a lot of creativity and hard work to make OP's innovative engine hum. And frankly, it takes a lot of money. Speaking of which, make sure you keep clicking on the Fund Our Vision button. We have just a few more minutes to get to the top of our summit. Supporting our artists and creative team members is especially crucial right now. We ask for your investment in this important endeavor so we can bring their voices and creativity to our audiences here in San Francisco and beyond. So please, give as generously as you can at noboundaries.ggo.bid. No gift is too small or too large. We have a saying in opera that says, there are no small roles in opera, and there are definitely no small donations. Now that you've had your cocktails, I hope you're all loosened up, because it's time for one more shopping expedition. Let's get some more bids going on these auction items, shall we? Now, here's one where you can brag, look, Ma, I'm in a play. Your name will be given to a character in a new play currently in development by our No Boundaries chair, OP board member, and noted playwright and opera librettist, Alan Olenichek. Will you be a hero or a nefarious lover? Win this item and find out. Alan's audio drama will be produced and presented online by The Proscenium, a brand new online theater company of global creatives dedicated to dramatic audio storytelling, which celebrates imagination, challenges opinions, and pushes the boundaries and borders of communication with technology. Air dates to be discussed. You'll also receive a signed copy of the script. Please, go bid now. Now let's have one more look at our thermometer progress to the summit. Ooh, we're getting so close, folks, $110,055. We're so close to the top. No, wait, I stand corrected. It's $135,055. Absolutely incredible. Thank you all so much. I cannot tell you how much this means to all of us in the performing arts community at this time. It's so important and so powerful, and it means so much to all of us out there who are wanting to make sure that our art form survives and thrives into the future. Now, you've all been so wonderful, and it's been my honor to be your summit guide tonight for this great company, Opera Parallel. Before we start our descent to base camp, let me bring on OP's board president, Nancy Petrushko, to say a few words. Meanwhile, stay tuned after Nancy's remarks and watch the credits and our acknowledgments as we thank everyone who got us to our summit.
Michael Mays, you must be out of breath and perhaps just a little lightheaded. Thank you for emceeing tonight's event. What a brilliant job getting us to the summit. On behalf of the OP board and staff, it's my pleasure to once more recognize tonight's honoree, the Horizons Foundation, and all those who helped make it tonight possible. First Republic Bank, all of our generous Summit Club members, and those of you who've supported OP online this evening. We're immensely grateful to you. And thanks to all of you for tuning in tonight and for being part of our OP virtual gathering. Whether you have been with us since the beginning or you are discovering OP for the very first time, we hope you felt the spirit of joy, fun, and thrill of discovery that happens whenever and wherever we gather. Please make sure to join us when we present our productions next May and June. I promise you, it'll be even better when we gather in 3D. Good night. I hope to see you all soon.
Thank you, Nancy. Now, bidding on the auction items will close at 6 p.m. Pacific time tomorrow, October 9th. When you have your nightcap tonight, make sure you put in a bid. And when you wake up tomorrow, check your bids again. Someone may have snuck in to outbid you while you were sleeping. The Fund Our Vision will also stay open. So if you haven't had a chance to give, or if you were so enthralled with the production that you were distracted, you still have that opportunity. This link will stay active, so feel free to share noboundaries.ggo.bid with your friends and colleagues. Folks, it has been a real pleasure being with you all here this evening. And I hope to see you all from the stage very soon. All of us in the opera community are counting on you to ensure that our art form not only survives, but thrives long into the future. And we in the opera community thank you all for ensuring that this great institution remains an important part of the arts and cultural scene, not only in San Francisco, but in the world. Thank you again so much, and good night.
I'm here, it's Rob Hall, made it, Everest Summit, it's 2:30, I'm here, it's Rob Hall, I made it, Everest Summit, it's 2:30, cold and windy, all is well. It's so beautiful, so beautiful. Do you remember it happening? Do you remember becoming unaware? How can you know when you gently started letting go? How can you know when you gently started letting go? Mike and Jessica have begun their descent. We'll follow with Doug when he arrives. I see him in the distance. I see in the distance. Do you remember it happening? Do you remember becoming unaware? How can you know when you gently started letting go? How can you know when you gently started letting go? I'm here, it's Rob Hall, made it, Everest Summit, it's 2:30, 30 minutes past the turnaround time, too Thank you.